just the latest example of race hustlers doing what race hustlers do. And a lot of you crack smokers were conned by an organization known as Black Lives Matter during the summer of 2020 especially. Though, yes, it existed a little bit before that, but definitely during the summer of 2020, many of the organizations that you, or companies even that you work for, had committed so many X amounts of millions of dollars to organizations that were either directly associated with or attached to Black Lives Matter or a version of it per se, because you felt guilty because you're a pussy. And I watched the entire, for example, metalcore community be cucked. And they were donating because we're guilty white people. And by we're, that mean them. And they're going to donate all the proceeds to whatever shirt they're selling, which has some sort of fucking slogan about being black in America. And then they were going to donate all the proceeds to organizations like Black Lives Matter. And then that Black Lives Matter took the money, pissed it away, as they had always. It's funny how you look at the amounts of millions upon millions of dollars that is going to this organization, and y'all still bitching about a lot of problems that are out there. And it doesn't seem, if anything, it seems that, hell, we've moved backwards in some of these race relations based sort of concepts. So your money was pissed away. It lined up the pockets. We've covered many times in the last month alone about these organizations and the scamming that's kind of going on with them. And people lacing themselves up with fucking all kinds of stuff, vacations and all types of shit based upon that money. Here's another one. Black Lives Matter reportedly used donations to buy a $6 million home in California. Try to hide it from the public. The Black Lives Matter organization is being criticized over a report that they used donations to purchase $6 million homes. Purchased a $6 million home in Southern California and tried to hide it from the public. The purchase was first reported by the New York Magazine, which obtained internal memos from the Black Lives Matter leaders trying to kill the story. According to the report, activists used money donated to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation. So that's how they money launder right there, to buy a 6,500 square foot building. And you're paying $6 million for that? Man, y'all be getting ripped the fuck off out there in California. Anyway, building it in cash, like they paying cash ducks for it in October of 2020. The sum of love, I'm telling you, that's when they started getting their money, man. Like these companies, I mean, you talk about so many people got rich off of activism during the year of 2020 after that George Floyd situation. Man, they was getting more money than they know what to do with. Our angle needs to be to deflate ownership of the property, read one internal email after Black Lives Matter asked New York Magazine to comment, was asked to by New York Magazine to comment on the story. In response to a request by the New York Magazine, Black Lives Matter board member Shalamaya sounds like some speaking tongues right there. Shala, that's what the name is right there. Shalamaya. Bowers said they purchased the property with the intention for it to serve as housing and studio space for recipients. Oh, that's what it was for recipients of the Black Joy Creators Fellowship. So they were getting them. Come on, guys, think about it. It's progressive. They're still doing something good, right? They're getting the mansion, but it's for recipients of the Black Joy Creators Fellowship, which is just another little money. That's like a sub organization. The Black Joy Creators Fellowship was reportedly announced the next day as providing recording resources and dedicated space for Black creatives to launch content online and in real life focused on healing justice, urban agriculture, food justice. What the fuck is that? Pop culture, activism, and politics. The report detailed legal steps the organization took to try to hide the purchase. Other activists are upset at the use of the donation funds. It's a waste of resources, said Tory Russell, who's an activist in Ferguson. And he said Black Lives Matter has been criticized in the past for similarly questionable real estate purchases. Yes, we all have talked about Patrice Kahn colors and that. So they're saying, and though they try to detach themselves from such a story, they're saying that, of course, this was a mansion that they were going to be using to, let's say, progress black folk in their artistic abilities. I'm not going to say that I love covering stories like that, because this is money that, of course, is going to be better suited, or was better suited, and could have been better efficiently used. But I do get something out of covering it, because I want you, if you are one of the dipshits that got guilt tripped into giving money to this organization, I want this stuff to continue to be uncovered, because I want you to understand that your money was pissed away. You should feel like a dumb son of a bitch, especially you guilty white leftists who gave money to these organizations as such, and definitely the ones that donated to the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation or fund, whatever it's called. I want you to feel stupid, because you should feel like a dumb son of a bitch for doing it. See, you guys got guilt tripped into giving money to people because all these activists basically effectively used the body of a dead black man in order to, and again, it's funny, these organizations like Black Lives Matter are basically started by a bunch of black lesbians who don't even like nuclear families, or they talk about the hetero patriarchy, and they try to conflate like being trans to being black and all of that shit. Like, y'all gave money to that organization. Y'all gave money to a bunch of Marxist black lesbians who were at the helm, one of which I believe is retired, they got the money and ran away with the loot. Motherfuckers buying properties in California, living around in a predominantly white neighborhood, buying fucking properties near airport properties and shit in Georgia. Like, y'all money is getting pissed away, and you get what you deserve. You get exactly what you deserve, because you got guilt tripped into giving these companies money. Because Black Lives Matter, you right? It's a slogan. Black Lives Matter. You, of course, think Black Lives Matter. Of course, don't you? So you gave them money and you got scammed. And Black Lives Matter ain't the first organization that's done this. Ain't the first group of race hustlers that's done this. And they damn sure ain't gonna be the last. That's for sure. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.